Hi guys, welcome to this brand new episode. This is Big Jedi, and with me here we have
Jullie, Cassie.
So we've had lots of questions on our mind as the realist community, the fans, and we've been wanting to know who is Jullie Cassie. Welcome once again. So now I'll be asking you some key questions to start with. We want to know what made you start your line of content.
Well, my line of content was started because I just wanted to help people, basically. That's what it was. And secondly, I just wanted to create a safe space for people to come out and hear their opinion, talk about their issues without fear of judgment, and also just create a safe space for people with sense. That's just what I wanted to do, because we're really getting to that space in the world where you begin to see some things that are very abnormal start looking like it's normal, and people are like making it look like so normal that you're beginning to question your own sanity on if these things are true or real or not. So my space, realist, as it implies, is just to bring together the reality of everything that happens around us and discuss it without fear of judgment.
Right, beautiful. That's a very good point. So let's move to the next question in line. As a realist, as Jullie Cassie the realist, what has been your greatest shock so far?
My greatest shock so far, I think that should be sometimes I feel like a lot of people are so drifted away from reality, as I feel like some people hear the reality and they begin to run away from it. I don't know what they expect, but these are the ugly realities of life. I just see a lot of people running away from things that makes them question themselves and the truth. But the truth is that truth is life. When that statement was made, I was not there, but I can tell you that the moment you start telling yourself the truth, you begin to live a better life. It doesn't matter if you're not up there, but you begin to live a better life, a more realistic life. So knowing that a lot of people are running away from reality is like super shocking, because this is what we live in. This is what our life is all about. You can't just sit and be faking it every day and be expecting that things are, So I think that should be like one of my biggest shock when it comes to my kind of content. The fact that people run away from it.
All right, that's cool. That's beautiful. The next question in line is, what is your most asked question from fans?
My most asked question from fans is, Jullie, are you single?
I think we all want to know if she is or if she isn't. So, yeah.
Well, that's one part of my life I don't like to speak on. I really don't like to speak on the fact that, well, I don't know, but all I know is I am not session. That's all.
I think the smart ones can actually decode from that answer, but I'll leave it to you guys to sort that out. Okay, that's beautiful. So next in line is, if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
To change the world. Obviously, the world is going crazy,
Yeah.
The world is really going crazy. I wish I had so much power to just change a lot of things that are happening around here. I mean, that'll be perfect for me.
Wow, that's actually good. That's beautiful. Just imagine. Wow. Well, okay, now let's go. Prior to now that you are the realist, you are Jullie Cassie, you were once a child, a kid, growing up, and I know for sure that during that period you had a dream. So, what was your dream? What was your dream job as a kid? I want to know.
Oh my God, growing up as a little child was super chaotic. I had so many dreams. I had a dream one time that I want to become a teacher. I even told my dad. My dad was even laughing at me that period. I told my dad I want to become a teacher. I told my mom I wanted to become an actor. Everything I told but funny enough, growing up, I've actually somehow touched on majority of those things I wanted to do. Like being a teacher, of course, I'm already teaching people a lot of things right now. Being an actor, obviously, I've acted in a few series or something. I don't know we'll probably talk about that later, or you probably make a search. You're probably going to find it. So I've always wanted to be a teacher. I've always wanted to be like an actress. I've always wanted to be somebody of influence, good influence, particularly. And I think my childhood dreams are really coming to pass, little by little, just baby steps.
Okay. So, that's beautiful. That's actually nice, guys. And this is getting interesting. Like, get into the key parts. Don't worry. So imagine yourself in 10 years. Truly, Cassie, imagine yourself in 10 years. What do you see, or who do you see?
In 10 years, 10 years is a very long time. I wanted to say 10 years, I will probably run away. But I'm not going to say that. In 10 years' time, I see a woman of very big impact. I see a woman who has touched so many lives. I see a woman who has built a community that is able to get people to understand that a lot of the things they're dealing with are normal, and whatever they're dealing with does not make them abnormal, or their situations are not abnormal. I see somebody who is able to like go far and wide, to make sure that, a lot of things are kind of like normalized. I just want people to be more normal than what is going on right now, because we're drifting too much away from things that are not realistic. So I just want to bring back that touch of reality, humanity to people. And I see myself in 10 years actually having a great impact, helping a lot of people stand on their feet, gain back their confidence, once again, be in touch with reality. You understand? So in 10 years' time, trust me, she's going to be a woman of impact. Hopefully, pray to God though.
Yeah, that's
God keeping us alive though, because I don't play about that.
Okay, beautiful. So now, this one opinion that probably some of us might have, based on the fact that we've seen some of your contents.
Okay.
Most of your contents rather. Some of us might have this opinion, but I'm going to ask you the question so you can clear the air for us, your viewers and the audience and the realist community. So why do you guys feel you are telling them to settle for broke guys?
Well, if you're watching my content and you feel like I'm telling you to settle for a broke guy, that means you don't understand English. That's number one. I don't think I've ever told anybody to settle for a broke person. Or the only thing I've said is you don't call people broke.
Yeah.
Especially in a country like Nigeria, you don't call people broke, where everything that is being put in place is it's as if everything is being put in place just to make you broke. If you're not careful, probably too over calculative, or maybe your hands are in one or two dirty things, you probably might even go broke, and you're working every day. So calling people of your same country where it's that everything is extremely hard broke is super insulting, is super insensitive, because it's not sometimes it's even obvious that you yourself, you're not already there. You understand? But you don't call people broke when you see people striving so hard, when you see everything that is being put in place, or you see people working so hard and their hard work is not even showing. And then you call them broke and expect that the rich people will find you interesting. They will find you appealing. Because I feel like you're indirectly telling any rich person that if they were broke, they won't have been an option too. So calling somebody broke is super insultive, and don't even expect that somebody you call broke today is going to see you tomorrow. Maybe when they are better and think of you in a good way. If you don't want to be a broke person, just keep that information to yourself. You don't have to come out and insult people over their pockets, even when you can see that people are literally trying out there and things are still not working out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think for sure she has been able to clear the air on that, and now I think we have a unified stance on it. So that is beautiful. Our next question is this: what is that one thing you wish you could tell your younger self?
If there is one thing I want to tell my younger self, it is thank you. Thank you for not being distracted. Thank you for focusing on very important things. Thank you for not letting peer pressure take you away from the reality of life. Thank you for creating the foundation for who Jullie is, because that's what it is. I literally spent a lot of my younger years focusing on majorly what you see materializing today.
Okay.
I didn't just learn everything I know now yesterday. It took me years. It took me years.
Okay.
I tried to learn how to speak different languages, how to communicate with people, understand emotions. I read books. When I say book, I mean books in capital letter. So it's more like I prepared myself for who people are really enjoying and receiving today. So my younger self created a foundation for who I am today. And I can't be I'm one person who will be like, oh my God, I'm so proud of my past, because I spent it building myself. It was more like I knew where I was going to, so I just knew that this was the starting point, so I needed to start working on some things. Everything I'm doing right now is just like drawing from that foundation right now, and I'm happy that it's working. So my younger self, thank you very much. You did a good job. I love you.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So we know you. We've been seeing your content. We know who Jullie Cassie, like the Jullie Cassie that talks about lots of topics that affects the society, and that is a maverick whose standpoint is different from majority. And but we want to know, what is your strongest personality trait?
Confidence. You cannot separate Jullie Cassie from confidence. See, confidence, I have its essence. My confidence is probably going to make me walk into a room that is filled with people who are better than me, and they begin to shiver at my presence. There's something about confidence. It's extremely sexy, and it's a currency. When you have confidence, you're able to really exchange that confidence as a currency to be able to get other things. You understand? My confidence can be very intimidating because I have people who come close to me and they're like, this girl. But I'm just a very easygoing, soft girl. But of course, confidence has a way of giving you that level. It has a way of giving you that prestige. You should never put it that buys you time and attention from people. So if there's one thing that's really is attached to me, it is confidence. I don't care. Super confident.
Yeah, beautiful. That's really nice to know. Realist is full. Let me use this street slang. Full of steeze and composure. So that is really beautiful. But aside you being confident, we want to also know if our realist has any other thing she's afraid of. Hence the next question. So what is your biggest fear?
I think my biggest fear in life is not achieving my purpose and also marrying the wrong person. But I think majorly not achieving my purpose. Yes, that's my biggest fear. If I ever wake up one day and find out that I'm drifting away from my purpose or I'm not actually achieving my purpose, I will drop every other thing. That is how important it is for me. My purpose in life is very important for me to achieve them. And I'll be willing to drop everything that does not get me close to achieving that purpose. That is how much fear I have about not achieving my purpose. I don't know how it works for every other person, but for me, I feel like I know why I was sent here to the earth. So I feel like I know my reason why I was sent here. I was sent because I feel like I need to touch lives. And touching lives is very paramount for me. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't really have to give everybody money, but somehow there must be something that I would do or probably say that's probably going to touch someone to become a better them tomorrow. Okay. And I understand how uncomfortable it might be for me sometimes because I have to deal with the most, dirty, sometimes erotic, sometimes, kind of like scandalous kind of things like topics or whatever, just to be able to get into that part of people that they're so afraid to speak up. That is killing them or draining them, and give them that space where they are super confident and convenient to speak about it without any form of judgment. You understand? So I understand my purpose so well. It's not easy for me sometimes. You can imagine for me, I'm someone that doesn't like sexualizing myself. Yes, I don't like sexualizing myself. But even when I don't, people try to. But the thing is, I still try to make out time inside all of that uncomfortability to create a comfortable space for people to feel comfortable in their own uncomfortability, because there are a lot of topics that are very uncomfortable to discuss. But on my page I make it look like, is it discuss it, talk about it, because this is what we deal with. People want to sit down and judge and say, this is the sin, you're a sinner for this, you're this and that and this and that. But how do you help people to actually realize the implications of this, what other people think of it, how it can make or mar their situation in life without actually putting it out as a topic for them to deal with or talk about? People deal with a lot of things on daily that the society have made them feel like it's not okay to talk about these things because it makes you a bad person, a wild person, a dangerous person, a spoiled person. But my page or my community make it easy for you to discuss this thing without feeling that way, because a lot of people deal with it too. You're not the only person. So not achieving that is going to actually kill me. Not making people know how normal they are with discussing uncomfortable things is definitely going to affect me. So I think that's my biggest fear.
Yeah, that's nice knowing that our realists have been able to point out this points about her biggest fears in life. Like that is very beautiful, and I want to also check this before I go. Then you're the prize, and like I said earlier on, you are the prize. So you can.
Guys, these days is individual, darling.
Definitely. Definitely. When it comes to both genders in question, the male and the female, no, men, you're the prize, because guess what? There is huge responsibility. Both genders have roles to play, but there's a huge responsibility on you as a man. If you fail, there's a huge responsibility on you as a man than a woman. So because you have to lead, you have to protect, you have to provide. The woman has to nurture and multiply. Yes, good, but
man, women are providing now.
Yes.
A lot of women are providing.
But that's not the primary duty.
Yeah, it's not the primary duty. But when you are left with no situation but to do that,
a woman cannot be broke shame. It's improper. A woman can never be broke shame. But a man, damn you. So yeah, men, you're the prize. You have to be the best for yourself, for your woman, for your kids. So just know that. But now next episode we're going to dissect all of that. So we're moving on to the next question. So now this is one question that's really, really huge to us in the society. It's really deep. It's one question that everyone has been asking, every youth out there. So we want to know the view of our realists. So as a realist, do you think exes can stay friends?
Exes stay friends? Well, it takes a lot of boundaries to be able to do that. I mean, once they were, always they were. You feel your cover's lost. So, but one thing is, I feel like not all exes like broke up on a very bad note.
Okay.
There are some exes who broke up because they just know that they just can't be together for so many reasons. Some found out that they are families. Somehow their families can come together in marriage. Some found out that their blood group or genotype does not really fit to have kids together or whatever it is going forward. Some because of distance, some because of finances. They can't be together when they wanted to be together. One person was ready, the other wasn't. The truth is that exes can stay friends, but it's high risk. It's really high risk, and it has to come with a lot of boundaries, a lot of intentional boundaries, especially when you did not break up with the person with that resentment, you understand, want to go back to this person again. So that's the thing. But I don't really think I bother about that these days, where you can't even trust a man with his fellow man, and you can't even trust a girl. I don't even think I ask those questions again. I think I'm more focused on who has sexual discipline more. Because these days, I won't lie to you, I see a lot of things that make me want to question a man sitting with a fellow man and a woman sitting with a fellow woman. So I am more interested in people who have that sexual discipline to be able to hold themselves in the face of temptation.
Okay.
No matter how hard sometimes, you understand. So
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, exes can stay friends, but you guys need to have a lot of boundaries though. If not, what has happened before would repeat itself again. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that I should add this question to it. So, do you think after a breakup there should be cut in communication? Do you think immediately after a breakup there should be a cut in communication between both partners?
I know a lot of people will say yes, but like I said, not really all ended on a bad note. Most times a cut in communication comes from maybe when it's ended on a very bad note, you just see everybody blocking each other, get the fuck off my phone. You understand that kind of stuff. But sometimes when someone really actually broke up, and the breakup is not something that you guys, is a decision thing. But I won't lie to you, most people don't block or stop communicating with such persons. That's the truth. If there should be a cut in communication, well, the two people have to decide that they should cut that communication to avoid future whatever it is. But I'm going to tell you realistically that most people who did not break up as a result of bad experiences, they don't really cut off that communication.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah. And that's because for some reasons they for them, in that view, they don't really see it as necessary to block off the person or stop communicating, especially if the person was a good person. There's some people that you date, maybe the person is a good person, but for some reasons you can't be together. You won't want to block them off. You might just not be talking to them, or maybe just be there for them whenever they need you, but you won't want to block them off on someone that pissed you off and you just press the block button. So if you ask me, I feel like I won't say it's a must. I won't lie to you, because some exes are even more useful than presents. That's the truth.
That's a shot fired.
Oh shit. But you know this is the truth though. So but the truth is, I feel like if you have moved on from somebody, you should really limit your communication with the person, especially when you're trying to get with somebody else, to make sure that the experiences or whatever memories you have with the other person doesn't come back onto your present relationship. That's the only thing. Yeah.
So what do you advise exes should do if they find themselves in a situation whereby it's just, or in a scenario whereby it's just both of them that are in that space? What do you advise? Do you think that's 10 once they were always there, but do you think something can happen sexually between them?
Well, I'm not them, but then I believe that if you are intentional about ending things with someone, you should not create space for such a thing to repeat itself. You should not create space for such a thing to repeat itself. And if you find yourself in that space, it's best to take yourself out of it, so that that kind of thing does not repeat itself. You already know it's high risk for you to be in a close space with an ex that you did not like properly end things with, or that you guys did not have like that issue that is going to make you guys like totally break up. So you just have to be, especially if you're now in a new relationship, because I won't lie to you, that person will definitely have their own situations. You probably have your own current situation, and being open to that person at every single time they are available, it's more like you letting down yourself and bringing back all those baggages from the past. So you have to be very intentional about creating space from the person that you were previously involved with.
Beautiful. So guys, you can see that she has actually cleared the air on that, and feel out our opinion on it, and that is very beautiful. That's a nice answer. So next question is this: as a realist, how do you reconnect with yourself after a loss?
Time. I give everything time. You know, whenever I go through a loss, I go through something, or even I'm dealing with something, I just disconnect from a lot of things that puts me in that situation. Because there's one thing about time, it's just time to wait to heal everything. Just let time pass. Even some things that you're dealing with currently that you feel like you're never going to get out of this, you're never going to, you know, I remember when I was young, whenever my mom is going through stuff, and I can say she's going through stuff, I just go to her, mommy, I hope you know that this thing is going to pass someday. And, you know, she just really holds it there to her, because we can wake up like a week later, I'll be like, mommy, remember when you were really like all moody about what was happening? We just laugh over it. Because I even understand from a very young age that time has a way of healing a lot of things and letting a lot of things pass by. Do you understand? So time is really what it is. If I'm dealing with something right now, I might not even post on my IG, or just leave everything on for my team to be posting. I just stay away totally from that space or from that thing that puts me in that mood. Just reconnect with myself, then come back again, all fresh, all anew. You know, the hustle continue. So that's how I deal with things.
Beautiful. So that is it, guys. We heard our realist, and that's very beautiful. That's a nice answer. As a realist, what do you think is the right age to get married?
The right age to get married?
Yeah.
Well, aside from the legal age, I feel like people should get married when they're ready for it.
Okay.
I don't really think there's a right age aside from the legal age. You know, the legal age around 18, right?
Yeah.
Because the truth is, when like this thing happens, like, okay, in your 20s, there's a possibility that you've not reached that self-realization or discovery.
Okay.
So if you've not reached that self-discovery, you might not really be able to know the partner that best suits your journey going forward in life.
Okay.
Let's not take for granted the fact that people, you know, evolve over time. But the truth remains that who you marry in your 20 definitely has to be somebody that you probably see, you know, helping you to, you know, gradually develop yourself into that person, or maybe someone that you see that can actually form a team with you, whom you can build and even become a better person going forward. You understand?
Yeah.
If you find that person really early, by all means, honey, you know. But most times in people's 30s, they've been through a lot of experiences. They've seen a lot of things. They probably know better who they are, what they are able to understand themselves, their emotion, and what they want from the other person.
Yeah.
So they already know who they're looking for, you know, in a person. They already know the kind of person they're looking for. Most times, though, because some people can really be So they already know who they're looking for, and it makes their search very narrowed to what, yes, to whom they're looking for. They're not like so it's helped them to already, like, the person they're dealing with now already has to like be in sync with them at that point of their life that they've got to. So it's not like I can say, okay, this is a particular age people to get married. No. So people are not even able to realize themselves at 30. Maybe it's 40, depending on how life push around. This is reality, yeah. There's no manual to how these things work. Yeah. So it really happens to be when it happens for you. Some people are not even able to find their person until very late in life. You understand? And it's really a hustle if you begin to be with someone who doesn't really tally with you in that line. So I feel like I can't really say this is the particular age anybody should get married. I just feel like hopefully that people are able to connect with their person, because who you marry is very important. You're going to, if you marry somebody who is not meant for you, or who is not like that person for you, you will not grow. You will not grow. Your growth will be stunted. The person's growth too might be even be stunted. You understand? And that's because people are not really like should I say pouring into each other. You understand? And sometimes life can really be a big bitch, you know. So I just feel like people should get married when they're ready, when they see their other person as a team towards actual, like, reaching a particular goal, you know, towards getting to that place that they really want to. You know, you understand what I mean? Like, you have to, like, the person you get married to should actually be like a team with you. You understand? Because that way you guys are able to, like, do stuff together, progress from, you know, really enjoy that union. So if you're not getting to that kind of married to that kind of person, just wait till you get that kind of person, honestly speaking, because I feel like marrying your friend, staying friend with who you are married to is really very paramount. From what I've seen, you know, someone who really helps you become a better person, and someone whom you help become a better person is very key. And it doesn't matter if you find that person in your 20s or your 30s. I feel like anytime you find that person is really the best time to, you know, do what you want to do.
So beautiful. That's actually a brilliant answer. So let me quickly check this in. So prior to, when it comes to marriage, one thing I've realized is this what we term as love is way more than that. Like, so it's way more than you being emotionally attached to someone. And love involves entails forgiveness, understanding, you feel me, sacrifice, kindness, and forgiveness. And so it's also divided into two factions, which is for the man, you being a leader, being a provider, and also a protector, and woman, you being a nurturer. You nurture, you also multiply, and stuff like that. So you feel me? So when you know all these things, and you know, okay, you're compatible with this person, and you're ready to go through that journey, because marriage itself, it's a journey, not a destination. So when you know you're ready to go through that journey with someone, I think, okay, yeah. And you also, as a man, because you're a protector and a provider, you know, you need to be financially buoyant, because your woman is looking up to you as a provider and a protector, and her mates too. So, you know, it entails a lot. So, yeah, you should really take your time. So that aside, the next question is this. We've seen lots of your content. We've seen lots of your content. Some of us have this view, like, she angry with us and stuff like that, especially when it comes to some certain topics, society topics, or topics that affect the society. So we want to know, are you angry with Nigerian girls?
If I'm angry with Nigerian girls?
Yeah, we want to know.
Nigerian girls, am I angry with you? Well, the truth is, I don't think I'm angry with Nigerian girls, at least not for now. Maybe there was a time I was really angry with Nigerian girls, and that was during the Jaruma era. Oh my God, I was really angry with Nigerian girls, because it was so hard to talk to Nigerian girls at that period. You know, when somebody is coming out to sell something to you, to catch a man, to do this one, a man, to do this one, they're not selling you anything to actually catch your own self, because a lot of you really need to catch your own self first. Then this person selling this thing to you doesn't even have a stable relationship of their own. Literally behaves like a lunatic, and then you want to buy from that person to hold down somebody who is probably somebody's son or somebody's husband or somebody's father or somebody's uncle somewhere, and you think it's okay because the person you're trying to hold is not yours. I even knew somebody who went to collect money from a man, or who collected money from a man, then used the money to go and buy what she will eventually use to hold the man down. Like, how does it even work? Like, it was looking as if the whole Instagram then, or the whole social media, was polluted with juju, and it was like looking very normal. And I was like, girls, wait a whole minute. Like, if it was guys that was out there selling stuff that if you guys leak this stuff, any girl will follow you to your house and you can do whatever you want with her, how are girls going to take this? You know, some girls do not know how evil they can be. And sometimes, you know these evil people we talk about, the evil people don't even know they're evil.
They're evil. Yeah.
Do you understand? Evil people don't know they're evil. It is you now that I'm looking at this person that's, okay, this is an evil person. Yeah. Because to them, they're only caring about what they can benefit, what comes to them, what they get out of it. So they are too, engrossed in what they stand to get, that they don't even forget that what they are doing is evil. I can't imagine a girl who is probably buying those stuff to hold down a man, take majority of his money for whatever reason, coming close to me. You understand? Because I'll be imagining that, okay, this man is trying to hold her. How am I sure the person is not my brother, or maybe my father, or maybe my own husband or man, or whatever it is? You understand?
Yeah.
We are okay with doing that because it's some other person's family or friend. How would you feel if reverse was the case and you find out that a girl somewhere somehow is trying to use juju to tie your brother or your uncle or your father? How would you feel?
Terrible.
But of course, people don't think about this because they just want to benefit from that situation. So it's crazy. A lot of girls were buying this thing out in quantity. So many girls literally took that as a business that period, and they were selling either fake or real, whatever it was, making huge cash, and you can see the thing so slimy. It was so irritating. They were always advertised online. I was so angry at the way girls were patronizing this thing. I was looking like it was a normal thing. Like, that was the time I gave guys a little kind of kudos. Because men do not really, men don't really do shit like that. I've never really seen any man or most men come and say, oh guys, I'm selling something. If you just put this one for mouth, any girl where you talk to should go agree. Because the moment anybody comes out on this Obasanjo's internet, the internet is going to scatter out. Any guy comes out today to say he's selling something, that if you leak that thing, any girl you talk to is going to fall for you and you can take her to your house and do whatever, the internet will scatter. But tell me how millions of girls were comfortably doing this during the Jaruma era and they were thinking it was okay. So you can actually be evil without knowing that you're evil. So I was so angry with Nigerian girls that period, because if they were not patronizing this thing, if they were not like showing interest in this thing, the person selling this thing will not be booming as at then.
Our next question is this. What do you think about the statement, men are polygamous in nature?
That statement is so wrong.
Okay.
Believe me, that statement is so wrong. Okay, let me put it like this. If you say men are polygamous in nature, what you're trying to say directly, without removing or adding anything, what you're saying is that all men want to marry more than one wife. But the thing is, do all men want to actually marry more than one wife? The answer is no. Most men want to have access to more than one woman. But that does not mean they're polygamous in nature. That's just promiscuity. Yes. It's even better for you to say men are promiscuous in nature than for you to say men are polygamous in nature. Because if you're not marrying them, you're not polygamous. The Muslim religion, the Islamic religion rather, they encourage polygamy. So when they encourage polygamy, they're not saying men should go around with plenty girls. Yeah. Yes, they're saying men can marry,
keyword,
more than one wife.
Yeah.
So if you're not marrying those women, that's not polygamy, because you can't separate polygamy from marriage. Polygamy is a man marrying more than one wife. Polyandry is a woman marrying more than one husband. So if you're saying polygamy, it means you're saying marry more than one in a man's situation. So I don't believe in men are polygamous in nature, because most of these men just want to have their wives and now have battalions of other people that they're messing with. So that is not polygamous in nature. That is promiscuous in nature, because usually there are some men that will marry their one wife and they're okay with that, their one wife. They don't feel a need to be with other women. So you can't even just put all men in that context that all men really want to be with other women. I don't think all men are like that. I don't think so. Even as crazy I might sound, I don't think all men cheat. Do you understand me? So men are polygamous in nature is a very wrong statement. You can probably use men are promiscuous in nature because they want to explore even when they are within the confinements of marriage. But but saying men are polygamous in nature, like they want to marry more than one wife or as many women as, I don't think so. Most of them don't even have the financial capability. Even the ones that even have the financial capability, most of them, those ones even end up with just one woman. They don't want to marry more than one. So I don't think so.
Okay, that is actually beautiful, and she did justice to that question. It's clear to us now. And so the next question here is this: what is the craziest thing a fan has ever done to you?
Craziest thing a fan has ever done to me. Oh my God, I can't forget this. The craziest thing a fan has ever done to me is to reach out to my team and send my team 5 million naira to tell me to tag my boyfriend on Instagram. Like, that's like the craziest thing. You know, it's unbelievable, but you know, there are people in this Nigeria, as hard as Nigeria is, that people are suffering. Oh, we don't have money for this, there are people that have excess money and they don't even know what to do with that money.
Damn.
That's just the reality of things that are happening around here. And the truth is, there are some fans that would like to control you because they have the money. They want to control what you do. They want to see you beyond what other people see. They want to see some things that, you know, are exclusive. So they have the money. They feel they need to throw the money at you to see you beyond what every other person sees. They want to know what's going on beyond what every other person knows. And it's really crazy because those things have a way of affecting you as someone that has a brand to build. And maybe you have like your standards or whatever. Because if you begin to play by those things, by the noise, by the money being thrown at you and all of that, you would fall off, you know.
Drift away.
Yes, you drift away, because if that thing is not in sync with what you represent, it's definitely going to put you in a different light. Okay, let's take for instance, I, for one, if you're following me, you know I have never said anything about my love life. I'm very intentional about it. Yeah. I have never given any clue about what my love life is all about. Never spoken about my man. I've never done anything like that, and it's an intention. It's the foundation I've built. So I can talk about every other thing, but not my personal life. And if I had collected that money, I would be forced to start talking about my life, or maybe give an insight that I originally do not want to be a part of my scope. You understand? And that will make me drift away from
the main purpose.
Yes, the main purpose. Because the truth is, when you're a popular figure, people want to know what's going on in your love life. They want to know who you're dating. They want to know who you're married to. They want to know what's going on. And the moment you give them that light, they want to keep up with that. They want to know what's going on. Are you guys still together? Are you guys still following each other? Are you guys broken up? So I don't want that thing around me. Even though I'm out there, a realist, I'm a super private person. I choose to keep my people seriously private until I decide that, okay, I want to talk about my man or put him out there, or maybe he's okay with that. That is only when that is going to happen, not because of some 5 million naira. You understand? Yeah. So, that's the craziest. That's, I think, one of the craziest, because man, I see crazy things, but I think that's one that really reads in my head, because damn it.
Man, that's huge, in this Lagos. Wow. Okay. Wow. Beautiful.
People have money in this Lagos. Don't doubt people.
We know, definitely, we know that. But come on, 5 million naira just to know the relationship status of someone. Damn. Wow. Okay. So that's beautiful. I want to know, as a realist that you are, what do you think about this question? Does a realist believe in God?
Well, somebody has asked me this question before. Because, you know, a realist focuses on the reality of things around. That's just the truth. But a realist must definitely have something that they believe in.
Okay.
For me, I'm a realist. I'm one realist that believes in God. You understand? No pastors go in God.
God Almighty.
Yes, believe that there is a supernatural being behind everything that's going on. There's a mysterious being behind everything that is going on. I believe in that. Either I now believe in religion and all those plenty, this thing is now a topic for another day. But I believe there is a God that exists, that oversees and, you know, oversees every other thing that goes on, that are almost unexplainable. You understand? Yeah. So, but a realist is super focused on the reality of things that we have around. A realist believes that 2 plus 2 must be equal to 4. 4. Do you understand? A realist believes that this is what this is, this is what this is, and this is what it should be called. A realist does not believe in, yes, but you know, sometimes it's contradictory, because some things are too mysterious for you to explain in plain words.
So are you trying to say, as a realist, or the term realist is supported by logic?
all I would say is a realist focuses on reality of life. That's what I'm going to say. And actually tell things the way it is. A realist will see a black and call it a black. She won't say this thing looks like blue. A black is a black. Like, you see things the way it is and you accept it like the way it is. Yeah, so believing in God, I feel like it's a very personal thing. It's a personal thing. I'm not the only realist in this life. But there are some realists that don't believe in God.
Yeah, okay.
They believe that the reason why people are living a better life here is because the government are working. The reason why people are not living a better life here is because the government are not working. It's, the reason why this is happening is because of this. It's because of this. They won't say, oh, God does not support this particular country. That is why this, they believe in, like, how will I say it? I don't want to say logic, but they believe in tactics. Let me put it. It must make sense on the surface level. You understand?
Yeah.
It must make sense. There are some realists who do not believe in God. They just believe that this is the reality of things. If you don't work, go job. Some, you understand? They just believe that if you do this, you get that. If you don't do this, you understand? Straight up. If I work, I'll get money. There's nothing like miracle money. Maybe God, you see one money one place, it's not God that now. That kept it there.
That kind of stuff.
You understand? I really believe that everything must make sense. It is what it is. Like, this is what is. You understand? But I believe in God personally.
Yeah, sure.
So because of that, I'm able to understand that there are some things that might be unexplainable, and I have to embrace it. Yeah, sometimes, sure. Even though I'm not really strong on that, sometimes I have to embrace it, because I believe personally that there are some supernatural things that the human cannot give an interpretation to it. Just with the human brain. So that is that aspect of me that believes in God. But there are some realities that don't. They believe that there's nothing like that. If the human beings, they just believe everything must make sense on the surface and in their so they don't. So, but at the level, there are some things I don't believe in too. If the thing is too complicated, I just take my hands off.
We'll dissect that in the next episode. We'll dissect that. So it's nice having you here. It's nice having you here. You've been able to break these topics. So at this point, we have to call it a day. This is Bigg Jedi, and it's nice having
Jullie, Cassie.
So until we come your way next time, say bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.